Good evening, everyone. I know there's other things going on, so I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to come in before I start this live.
Other things going on,
Ooh.
so I'm going to give everybody.
Sorry for my attire tonight, but it has been a long, stressful day. But I'm also very blessed. Hey, Misdemeanor, how are you, darling? Sorry for my attire. I'm just I've had a rough day. Oh, let me tell you. Hey, Leo's wife. I'm going to give everybody some time to come in. I know that other things are going on, and so I'll just wait and say hello. No, actually, I'm not. It's actually cool here tonight. And it's not, this isn't a blanket. It's like a throwover. It's thin. It looks thick, but it's not. It's actually quite thin. It's really, really thin. Hey, Samara. Hi, Crime Canary. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, minutes, for my tooth hurts a little, but being with friends is good to pass up. Toothaches are the worst. Hey, Salone. Toothaches are the worst. I hope you can get to the dentist and get it fixed, or hopefully it will go away, because I don't know. Toothaches are, I think, the worst, more of a nuisance than anything. But yeah, it's just been a long day here, very long, very stressful, but I'm also very blessed, and certain people know why I'm so blessed, and I'm grateful that they're in my life, and I'm grateful that I can call them my friends, and I'm grateful that I can go to them with everything, and they're non-judgmental and caring. And I mean, there's just some good people out here. I know on YouTube it seems like sometimes it's not, but there really is great people. And all my people that come in here are great people. So I feel very lucky. But let's get on to a crime live, right? It's been a long time since I've done my crime. I kind of took a break and things got crazy, and I took a break, but I'm happy to be back into it. Hey, Charlie girl, I'm really happy to be here tonight. Even though I look like a hot mess, I am happy to be here tonight, and I am happy to be giving you guys some crime. Last night I went live and I had you guys pick for the people that were in my live. I have 3 cases that I was working on. The one I'm doing tonight, the other one was the House of Horrors, the Turpin family, and the other one is Catfish Love Triangle. So everybody voted, and it was pretty split, but the Ember Skye Graham case actually won. So that is the case that I'm doing tonight. So shall we begin? I think we shall. All right. So this case is the Ember Skye Graham case. Amber was born December 19th, 2014. Amber went missing from her pack and play while on a visit with her dad in Happy Valley, California on July 2nd, 2015. Amber was 6 months old when she went missing. Has brown hair, brown eyes. She weighed approximately 15 pounds. She was 2 feet 1 inch. Amber has epilepsy and she takes meds for her seizures. Now, she is the daughter of Matthew and Jamie Graham. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on them. Matthew and Jamie were young parents, not too young. They weren't too young. They were married, but they had a lot of ups and downs. They got married and they would be together and live together. And then Matthew had his moments and he would come home and tell Jamie they were done. And because it was his home, he would throw her and Amber out. The night that Amber went missing, they were technically split up. They were still married and everything, and they still talked, but they did not live together. So Amber's mother was not in the home that night. She was at her parents' house where she was living because they had separated again. So Amber was on a daddy weekend, daddy night at his home. So I did say that she has epilepsy and she takes meds for her seizures. But even though she went missing, they did say that even though she didn't have her medication, didn't mean that she was in extreme danger. Not like some cases where if they don't have their meds in so many hours, they could pass away. This case is not, where she could live without her epilepsy medication. So it did heighten when she turned up missing, but it wasn't where the family and the police were panicked, thinking that if she didn't have her medicine that she could pass away. So let's get into it. And I got to they were married, ups and downs, married many times, splitting up. Matthew's throwing, I'm past that. So Matthew, he was a very hands-on dad. So wasn't Jamie. Amber was only 6 months old, but Matthew, from all accounts that I read, was very much in love with Amber and was a good dad. But being young, he also had his moments where he would like to party, where partying kind of overtook being a parent or being a dad. So he would take off at times and go party, smoke pot, drink. But when he was with Amber and he wanted to be that dad at that moment, which we all know, men kind of take a little longer than mothers. We have that mother instinct pretty much right away, where dads, they kind of struggle. So yes, did he party and stuff like that? And sometimes did he put his daughter second? Yes. But when he was with her, he was very caring and hands-on. And so let's see. Was the disappearance of the child is always a harrowing event. But when a child, only a few months old, unable to climb out of a pack and play alone, walk out of a house, that makes the tragedy feel more profound. That's what happened to me when I looked into this case. It gravitated me. Not that kids that go missing aren't heartbreaking. Every single one was. But this baby was 6 months old in a pack and play. It's not like she could get up and climb out of the pack and play and sneak out the door and be found down the street. So it was the early hours of July 2nd, 2015, when Amber's father, Matthew, placed a 911 call after allegedly leaving Amber asleep in the pack and play, inches from the front door and from where he was sleeping. He says after laying Amber down, he smoked pot before dozing off himself, only to wake up at 5 a.m. to find Amber missing. Once police arrived, they found inconsistencies in Matthew's story right away. Things just didn't add up to them from the news reports and the cops doing, just things instantly didn't add up for them in Matthew's story. And the things that just didn't add up were, first, they lived in a gated property, okay? Second, they had a guard dog. Third, the front door was broken and you could only open it with a screwdriver. Okay, so he is saying that somebody came in the middle of the night and took the baby. This is his story. But the cops are kind of like, wait a second. You're in a gated, your property is gated, for one, and there's no forced entry in your gate. Two, you have a guard dog. So if some stranger comes in, everybody that owns a dog knows, a stranger comes in, not even a stranger, even family members. I mean, my husband can come in late from hanging out, and my dogs instantly bark. So I know if my dog bark, it wakes me up. So how is it that he has a guard dog, his baby, and he's in a trailer? Now, this is another thing. This house is not very big. This house is very small. It's a single trailer. They had 2 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. Now, they did not sleep in the bedrooms where the bedrooms were in the back. He and Amber were sleeping in the living room, and he had the pack and play right in front of the door. Me personally, I would not put my 7-month-old daughter right in front of the door, but he had the baby right in front of the door, and he was sleeping on the couch. Then, 2, you can't open his door. Like normal people, you come to your house, you unlock the door, you open it. You cannot. It wasn't like when it shuts, it shuts. It's not like the door was broken where they could just push on it and it opens. It was more that you close this door, there was no opening it. There was no pushing on it. It was literally locked. You had to use a screwdriver to open it. So that was kind of their first instincts with this case. They also noticed, they did a canvass of the house. There were no broken windows. There obviously wasn't forced entry because you can't get into the door without a screwdriver. But there was also, like I said, no broken windows, nothing to show that somebody broke in. Sorry about that. My husband thought I wasn't live yet. I keep losing my spot. I need to leave my pen there. Sorry, guys. I keep losing my spot. Where am I? Screwdriver, there was no broken windows that would make them think someone came into the home and took Amber. But the last thing that police found odd was Matthew. This is another thing that was really odd. The police, Matthew told the police that Amber would cry if a stranger picked her up. So, first off, they're noticing all this stuff, and then Matthew goes and tells the police officers, if a stranger picked her up, Amber would cry. So basically, you're saying to the police officer, if somebody came into my house to take my baby would cry and I would hear her. So right from the start, police doubted Matthew's story. Police and Amber's mother thought Matthew's behavior right after the 911 call was strange. Like he was forcing himself to cry. He seemed more nervous than he did worried or scared for Amber. The mother did an interview that I watched, and she said that she had been with Matthew for many years, has seen him cry at times and stuff. And this, he was very nervous, was pacing. He wasn't talking a lot. She said he was like crying, but it was more like a whine, like he was whining. He wasn't really crying, he was whining. So, panic heightened due to Amber's medical needs and her needing meds left behind for her seizure disorder. Suspicious grew more when Matthew told police what he had did with Amber prior to laying her down at home. He told police him and Amber took a ride 5 minutes down the road to the store and then came right back. He told them that the ride took 10 minutes. That was it. He went down to the store, he got cigarettes, he got a soda. So the police went to the store to see if the store had surveillance, and sure enough, they did. And there is a video of surveillance showing Matthew and Amber driving into the store. It shows him taking Amber out of the car in her car seat. She looked happy, content. She had a pacifier in her mouth. Everything seemed normal. He cashed out. He walked out. So they were like, okay, everything's looking good. But this is when it changed. As he was leaving the store, he put Amber in the car and he goes to leave. Well, instead of going to the direction of his home, like he said he did, he went the opposite direction. He ended up taking a left instead of a right. So they sat there and watched the surveillance. He said 10 minutes. So they were thinking maybe he forgot a spot. His daughter's missing. Not a big deal. You know, people are kind of scatterbrained when their child is missing. So we'll wait. They did not see Matthew's car come back for another hour. So there was no 10 minutes. Not only did he lie by saying he went to the store and came right back home, there was lie number one. Lie number two is that he actually was gone for an hour and not 10 minutes. So it does show him and Amber going into the store, but also shows after leaving the store, he did not head home. Like he said, he went in the other direction, but it also shows him heading back home an hour later, not 10 minutes like he said. When police questioned him about it, he told police another story, that he went for a ride to help Amber fall asleep, but he couldn't remember where he went. So this is the story now. Now it was, first it was, I'm going home. I went to the store and I went right home 10 minutes. Then the cops addressed him and said, okay, we see you going in another direction and not coming back for an hour. Oh, I went for a ride. Well, where did you go? I don't remember where I went. So, another story, went for a ride to help Amber fall asleep, but couldn't remember where he went. A week after Amber disappeared, a pacifier was found on the side of the road on the way to Clear Creek Water Tower, the same direction Matthew went after leaving the store. Police showed the pacifier to Jamie, and she said that that was Amber's pacifier. Well, they took that pacifier and they tested it for DNA. week later, it came back. The DNA positively confirmed that it was Amber's pacifier that they found on the side of the road. Now, I looked into this Clear Creek Water Tower Road, and this road is very, very long. It's very long, but there's no houses. Nobody lives on these roads. It's literally a dirt road that goes forever, and it's just woods. Now, Matthew told police he never went on that road, but he doesn't remember where he went, but he definitely didn't go there. But they found her pacifier on the side of the road there. So after the pacifier, the police found they wanted to question Matthew more. So his mother brought him to the police station. Now let's backtrack a little. Matthew was on probation. Matthew was on probation for a DWI. He had an ankle bracelet and everything. So police ended up, they kind of wanted to question him more. So they brought him in. Well, when they brought him in, they interrogated him for 8 hours, and didn't get anywhere with him. He lawyered up. His lawyer went to court and fought for him to get his ankle bracelet taken off. So he got his ankle bracelet taken off. I didn't really get into why he got his ankle bracelet taken off, and I maybe should have, but I didn't. But the lawyer ended up getting his ankle bracelet off. Then they found that pacifier. So they wanted to question him more with the lawyer. So Matthew agreed to come in for questioning. So his mother brought him. His mother brought him to the police station. They parked under a tree. If you want, there is a TV. If you look up this case on YouTube, you're gonna find like Dateline. They did a series on it, and the mother says that they parked under a tree. They talked. She told him, "I'll be right here waiting for you when you get out." He hugged her. He kissed her. He said he loved her. That he didn't want to go to jail. That he was scared if he went to jail again, that he couldn't help find his daughter, and that he was innocent, and all he wanted to do was be out so he could help find his daughter, because he really felt with this pacifier, him going in, they were going to arrest him. And he pleaded with his mother that he was innocent and all this. So he gets out the car to go to the police station, so she thought. After he left the car, for some reason, now there's a lot of discrepancies with this, but I'll tell you the facts, and then I'll go back to tell you the discrepancies. So supposedly, after he got out of the car, she picked up her purse, and her purse seemed light. So she looked in it. And she had noticed $400 was missing and her gun was missing. So she instantly called the police and said that her son, Matthew, is supposed to be coming into the police station. She's out in the parking lot. He just took $400 from me and my gun. And the police said that he never came into the building. So he was classified on the run. Now he was a fugitive from justice, because now it made it even more suspicious. And because he was on probation and everything, and now he has a gun. So she, I guess back in the day, she used to work for a 911 dispatcher. So she turned on her radio to listen for police trying to find him. Well, Matthew, instead of going into the police station, he went down the road and into a backyard of a couple. Their name was Mike and Terry, and they heard ruckus in their garage. So they came out to look at what the ruckus was. And instantly they saw Matthew. And because all the news reports, because it's a small town, they instantly recognized him. But Michael did not want to say, Matthew, it's okay. They didn't want him to know that he knew him because when he came around the corner, they had the gun. He had the gun pointing at them. He said, I don't want to hurt you. I just need to get out of here. They had two vehicles. They had a Ford truck and they had a car, a newer car. And they said, take whatever you want, just please don't hurt us. He decided to take the newer car, which I'm kind of glad that he did, because if he took the car that had OnStar GPS, if he would have picked the truck, they never would have been able to track him. And so, which it was a good thing. So once Matthew left their yard, they called police, said Matthew was just there. He stole their car at gunpoint. They told them that the car that they stole has a GPS, so the police instantly put the GPS up. So then they start tracking him. They tracked him to, let me see. They tracked him to, I forgot the name of the town. They ended up tracking him to a town in California. I want to find the name for you guys, just so you guys know. Give me a second. Okay, here it is. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not watching chat. So, basically, the California Highway Patrol officers in Dunsmuir saw him on the road, and they started to pursue him. They did a small. They did a. Oh crap! Saw him on the road, and they. Sorry, guys, I hit the wrong button. So they saw him in Dunsmuir. They did a small pursuit. He ended up pulling into another home and went into the garage of that home and was hiding out. Cops radioed in. You know, they all came. They all swarmed the garage. They sat there and literally tried to talk him into coming out. And he would not come out, and he would not come out. All of a sudden, they heard a shot. And from what I've read, he tried to kill himself, and it didn't work. So finally, Matthew came out wounded. But he still had the gun in his pants. And the cops got him to get on his knees, put his arms out, and lay on the ground. Well, as Matthew was about to lay down on the ground, instead of keeping his arms out, he went back into his belt loop, pulled out the gun, pointed it at the officers, and 12 officers began shooting. And Matthew had died on the scene. And here we are in 2019, and this family still has no answers to where their daughter is. She was 6 months old. She would be 5 now. And he did not leave a note. Matthew did not leave a note. He did not leave anything. So basically, The story of his daughter's missing died with him, as some believe. Now, there is different speculations, which I will get into. So, remember how I told you that he went to the store? He was gone 10 minutes, and the surveillance showed him not going home. He saw him going towards the other direction, and he was gone for an hour. His cousin lived in the same neighborhood as Matthew. And prior to going to the store, he stopped at his cousin's house to see if she needed anything for the store. She saw Amber, she saw Matthew. She said no, she was good, that she had everything, so he said, okay, I'm going to go to the store. I'll be back. I'll stop in on my way back home. She said, fine. Police believed that the family is covering for Matthew because this cousin swears after Matthew took the car ride for an hour and came back, she had saw the baby. That he saw back at her house after the hour, and she saw the baby. She saw the baby, so the baby was with him. So it's true that the baby got kidnapped from the house. Police believe that something happened to Amber within that hour of that they have unaccounted for, where the pacifier was found. They have not been able to find remains or anything. They searched and searched and searched and was not able to find anything. They don't even know if maybe that wasn't even the spot that he went to, that maybe he went somewhere else and then brought the pacifier, realized he had the pacifier and chucked it out the window on his ride home. They don't know, but they searched the area of where the pacifier was found and was not able to find anything. So the cousin is saying that she did see the baby after that car ride. So the baby was fine, the baby was happy, the baby was well, and that he had brought the baby home right after that, and that he laid her down and went to sleep, and she knows she had the baby. But police had done everything in that house. They did, looked for blood, DNA, everything. They could not find any trace of anything in that house, that anything happened in that house. So the police truly believe that he had Amber at the store, but once he left that store is when it happened. But his family is saying absolutely not. Now, if you listen to the reports from his wife, at first, she believed that he would not do anything to Amber because he was a doting dad when he was a dad. He was a doting dad. But as time went on and the evidence started to grow, she said basically when she saw that pacifier, when they brought that pacifier and she knew it was her daughter's and it was on the side of the road and it was in the direction that he went when he lied about it, she knew in her heart right then and there that he absolutely had something to do with it. And now they just did an interview with her like 6 months ago, maybe a little longer, and she truly feels like this family knows something. They know where Amber is. They said either he gave Amber to somebody and she's well and she's being cared for, or he had told somebody what he had done and they are covering. Do you guys think that she was, there's no evidence of kidnapping. There's none. But that is, they have no proof that he did anything either. They were fine. They were getting bits and pieces, but really the only thing they had on him was inconsistencies, and you're innocent until proven guilty. They had inconsistencies, the screwdriver, the guard dog, the, not going home right when he said he was, after the store. He did not go home like he said. They found the pacifier, but there's no surveillance that it was him that threw that pacifier out, even though the pacifier was found in the direction. But do you guys think that Matthew did something? Or do you or do you believe that maybe this 7-month-old was taken from her pack and play in the middle of the night from that home from a stranger? What are you guys' thoughts? I'm going to stop the camera for a minute and I'm going to listen to that and look at what you guys. Hi, Long Island girl. I would think as a mom, once I saw my gun was gone, I wouldn't be worried about missing cash. Plus, wonder when her purse was alone for him to take. That's a good question. That's another thing that they were questioning. You're saying that you were in the car with him, but yet you never said you left his side. You said you sat in that parking lot and talked. So how would he be able to reach in, steal $400 and a gun in front of you and you not see it? Hey, Ems, how would that happen? So that is where they're saying they think that the mother, this is what his wife is saying, she believes that the mother brought him to that police station, handed him $400, and handed him that gun and told him to run because he had confided in her and told his mother that he did something to that young baby. And she did not want to see her son in jail as considered a baby killer. Now, she flat out denies that. She said she worked in law enforcement and that was her grandchild and that she would choose her grandchild over her son and she would never give him $400 and she would never give him a gun to be on the run. But like I said, how would he have gotten it with her sitting in the car with him? And then, like I said, this cousin has said that without a shadow of a doubt, after the store, he came back to her house and she saw that baby. And the police truly believe that Amber never came home from that store. That he came, that he did something with her after he left that store and he came home and he got high and he fell asleep and he woke up at 5 o'clock and came up with the plan. So I wonder if there was evidence of other drugs. His mood swings are not consistent with just smoking pot. And if so, I wonder if he owed money and sold her and gave her to bad people. From my evidence, he smoked pot, but he also did that fake pot also, like that potpourri pot smoking. But Amber's mother said he wasn't he wasn't a drug dealer, he wasn't into drugs like that. She said that he would take off and party for the weekend. He would drink and he would do drugs and he would do those weird drugs, but she didn't feel like he was in debt to anybody. That was questioned in one of the news conferences that she spoke at. Oh, now that fake stuff is really bad. Absolutely. It makes you crazy. It's like an hallucination from what I heard. I heard you kind of hallucinate from that stuff. And the sad part is Amber's mother did not want to give Amber to him that night. They were fighting. She said they were fighting. He was in a weird mood, but she didn't want to be one of those mothers that denied the father time with his child. But now she wishes that she would have just kept her home with her. But she said the day that she gave Amber to him, she had a feeling she's never had before. My opinion on this case is, like I said, she's still missing. It happened in 2015. I truly believe what the cops say. I think that when he left that gas station that day and he went for that ride, I don't think Amber ever came home. But I don't know if somebody or if he killed her, because from all accounts, everything I've read, even his wife, even her parents, everything, they said he was a very doting dad. But if everybody remembers, look at Chris Watts. Chris Watts was a doting dad. Chris Watts read bedtime stories and dressed up as a princess, and they said he was the most fantastic dad in the world. And look at what he did. So, can you really say, by all accounts, that he was a very doting dad, but he wouldn't hurt his child? I don't know. Sometimes the partner doesn't know what drugs the other person is doing. My ex was into things I had no clue about until after leaving him. Absolutely. I agree with that, Sloan. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think you're right, Jenna. I just don't know what he did. That's that's where I'm at. I don't believe somebody came in and kidnapped her. I mean, the screwdriver and the guard dog. The guard dog is the one that really gets me, just because I'm a dog owner. And it wasn't like they said it was just the dog. In the reports, they said it's specifically a guard dog. And he lived on a locked property, the windows, but the guard dog is what gets me. And then for him to say, right as the police get there, who says, well, if somebody came in and kidnapped her, she would cry. She would cry because she cried when strangers held her. Why would you say something like that? That's just odd to me. Have they checked bodies of water in the area? They have, Samara. They have checked everything. The family actually has a Facebook here, a Facebook still up, and it's called, let me double check in case anybody wants to look into it. And they still do searches. To this day, they still do searches. They get together as family and friends, and they still do searches. Find Baby Amber. It's on Facebook. That's the name of their site. They keep it. Their last post was July 30th. They actually, they were really excited with the post because, let me see if I can screen share for you guys, because I would love for you guys to see this. I don't know if I can do it correctly, but let me see. Let me see if I can do it. All right. I can't see stream, but let me know if you guys can see that. I'm going to bounce back out just so I can read, so you guys can tell me you guys can see this Facebook. I'll bounce back. I just want to see if you guys can. I'm going to cancel it for right now, just so you can see. Were you guys able to see the Facebook when I did that? Because on July 30th, they finally got a reconstructive of what she might look like now. And I want you guys to be able to see it. But I don't know if you guys actually know. Darn it. Let me see. Let me go to my StreamYards. Share screen. Application window, maybe? There. Are you guys able to see it now? So this is her page. It's called Find Baby Amber. Their last post was July 30th. They're saying after several months of anxiously waiting, Amber's age progression is finally here. I would like to start by saying a huge thank you. And this, my baby girl Amber Gray is missing from Happy Valley, California, last seen July 1st, 2015. Reported missing July 2nd, 2015. They will always hold out hope. Here is the case number. They have a $10,000 reward. Here's the phone number. These are all the agency action news, all the news that they've been doing. And here is her age progression. She would be 4. See, I thought 5, but she would be 4. So this is what she looked like when she went missing. And this is what she would look like now. So sad. July 2nd, it marks the 5th year anniversary. So her mother, it looks like her mother keeps up with this. So there's the other age progression. Let's see if you guys can. Oh, I didn't do audio, so you won't be able to hear it. Let me stop screen share for a second so I can do the audio for you guys so you can hopefully hear that. Let me see. Oh, how heartbreaking. How heartbreaking. So, yes, so if anybody wants to go to her page, you can keep up with this story. They actually put other missing children in here for the other missing families. Oh, but that song was heartbreaking. Let me stop my screen share. So, yes. Oh, she was so cute. I hope you guys were able to see that. It's just so heartbreaking. And it's more even heartbreaking because the person with the answers is gone. Oh, that's very nice of you, Captain of my soul. You should talk. Oh, you're at work. That's why you can't. I know. Carla's chat is very fun. Very fun. Like today, it was really fun being able to go over. The song definitely does not help. No. She was so cute. I loved the picture where she was sleeping and she's got her arm up like, I am a winner. I think that is so cute. And I just hate that. Like I said, I think the answers died with her father, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, yes, he was killed in a shootout and he was never proven guilty. In this world, you're innocent until proven guilty. And I hope that I don't know. I wish the family could have some closure. It's been 5 years and no closure. And that's what I think is the hardest for people with missing family members is when I read cases or I watch cases of missing families, that's the part that hurts them the most is there's no closure. At least if they find them, even if they're deceased, they find them, they get that closure. They get to bring them home. They get to be with their family again. And it might not be with their family the way they want, but they're able to visit them and whether they bury them or whether they cremate them, they're able to hold their box or anything, their home. And there is so many missing people in this world, so many missing children in this world, that parents that lay awake night after night just looking for answers, looking for closure. And that is just so heartbreaking to me. You want a link, Galloway? I'll send you a link. I was thinking maybe I would end this live because I want to keep it true crime and then maybe start another one because I do have some things I would like to talk about too that I want to talk about. I went live earlier, but I was on the road and I feel like I was scrambled. So selfish. I really feel like he took all the answers with him. You have to have a lot of hate to do something like that. A lot of hate or a lot of jealousy. I think it's a little bit of both. Here comes Galloway. Hey, Galloway.
Hey, hon.
How are you, sweetie?
Good. How are you?
I am good.
I just wanted to say publicly to my great friends, I got a beautiful box today for my birthday.
You
and I
got
love it
it?
so much.
You
Oh
got,
yeah.
I'm so glad it finally came in. Yay!
Well, I slept all afternoon, and John hurt his shoulder playing hockey last night, so you know how that goes. You got to,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're not just a wife, you're a nurse and a caretaker, and so anyway, I didn't get much sleep last night, and then I watched Carla's, and I think during Carla's, I ended up trying to go back to sleep. But anyway, I woke up and the box was on the coffee table, but I had seen 2 missed calls from Leo wife, and I'm like, huh. And then I saw the box. I'm like, oh, I see. So I
Do
just
you
wanted
love
to say,
that? Do
I
you
love it.
love that? Yeah, she showed me a couple of pictures, and for the warmer, we had figured we picked like the best one we thought would be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
very fitting.
it is
And the
very
sense of
good.
it.
Yes. So I'm so glad
So
you
when
like
people
it.
think you can't, and it's not because I got a gift, guys, but when you think you can't find true friendships here, you're dead wrong, because that
Yep.
was super sweet, and
Well,
I
I'm
just,
glad you liked it.
I love it. And I
I'm so
feel
glad.
really bad that other people in the community are going through things they're going through with others. But again, tomorrow night, I believe it's on Tracy's channel this time.
Yep,
You
it
know,
is.
I saw Smokey trying so hard again today. And I mean,
I know. Why
he
don't
gets
we
told,
why don't
why
we
do
end
dudes
this
do
stream? Why
drama?
don't we end this stream so I can keep this stream
Oh,
as
yeah, sorry.
what I want, and then I'm going to end it and I'm gonna come right back because I
Oh,
do have some things to talk about, and then Galloway, you can come up and finish what you're saying. Do you mind if I do that?
wonderful. Nope.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Bye,
So
babe.
everybody, I'm going to end this stream because I really just want to kind of keep this stream true crime. So I'm going to end it. And if you guys would like to come back, please come back. I'm literally going to end it and I'm going to just start another one. I'm not even going to schedule it. I'm just going to go live. So if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you have not hit the likes, please hit the likes. And I'll see you guys in like 1 minute. Thank you guys for all coming in. Next crime that I am doing, this crime, it touched me. Like I said, this one touched me. There wasn't much to this case because it kind of died with the father, in my opinion. So it's really kind of still missing. She's still missing. There's still a reward. There's still, but the next case the next 2 cases that I'm doing are more in depth, way more stuff I'm able to talk about, and there's closures on both of the ones. So it's not kind of like one that's just hanging. So, like I said, my next 2 cases is love triangle catfish. That is about a Marine that was catfished in a love triangle and ended up being murdered. And the other one I'm doing is House of Horrors with the Turpin family. And I believe the Turpin family is the next one I'm doing, and then I'm gonna do the love triangle. So watch for my lives. I will schedule it when I'm done with all the research. So definitely keep an eye on it. Hopefully by probably the beginning of next week, middle of next week, I'll be going live about the Turpin family. Thank you guys for all coming in. I'm going to end it and I'm going to start right back. So I'll see you in a minute. Thank you guys. Bye.